do it again. That's this one more time. Hairless Waters by Arturo Leon. Pink Floyd performs at Pompeii to an audience of none. They sing echoes in the amphitheater of the ancient Roman city drowned in volcanic ash and lost to history for 1,500 years. The concert is in 1970. Beside the band, only the cameramen are present to record the spectacle. A saucer full of secrets is the most primal ditty in their repertoire. We see Roger Waters' silhouette banging on the gong like the ape with the antelope bone, the drum in Strauss's overture, For Thus Spoke Zarathustra, in Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey, which came out a couple years before in 1968. Floyd probably viewed it on LSD, as did many hippies back then in their home movie theater. The young rock stars were rather rich and very popular. Time passes to 1975 when they released the first installment of their existential trilogy, The Sorrows of Young Waters. Pink Floyd is so powerful while in the midst of arranging Dark Side of the Moon, they are able to perform at Pompeii. But their trip turns into a bummer. While the music is cool and extraordinarily successful, the mind of the genius behind the whole concept has been ruined and is slipping irrevocably into depression. His best friend, Syd Barrett, the true luminary who conceived of the idea originally, got burned out by acid and could no longer play the guitar. Syd, wish you were here. Wishes, hopes, dreams of the Roman populace of Pompeii. Echoes starts with the tinkling sounds of crystal stalactite drops away inside a cave. Water's bass thumps off the walls. Through the vacuous passageway, David Gilmour sings soprano. Overhead, the albatross hangs motionless across the waves. Deep beneath the surface sky, lying willowing upon the sand, the echo of a distant time rolls its way through labyrinthine coral caves to mouths open onto ocean bottom darkness. A silent cry climbs toward the night. Then begins the 18-minute jazzy instrumental bridge, which is interjected with audible visits to primordial forests, where some extinct species howls. Black lava glistens, bubbles. The director of the music video takes stock footage from the files of geology. The archaeology here is impressive. The men are in the center of the stadium playing. The rows where spectators would sit are grown over with vines in the background. The roll of the place is subdued. Echoes is a long song, but it does have an end. Later on, we have Welcome to the Machine, a dirge, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, a tribute, and Have a Cigar, a complaint. The rock star is whining, how come nobody is nice to me? The answer comes in animals. People are pigs, sheep, and dogs. Definitions in the Orwell book, the fascists, the masses, and the police, or in capitalistic instead of proletarian terms, as we might better understand them today, the corporations, their products' consumers, and their executives. And finally, the wall. We are shown a movie of a bad acid trip. The double album is too multifaceted to describe in detail here. We may concentrate on the most important part of the protagonist, Pink, understood to be Waters, with suggestions of Syd Barrett. Life has been a horrific ride. We were born of the war generation. Daddy's flown across the ocean. A snapshot in the family album. Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Will they like this poem? A couple of 4-minute songs, that is my childhood biography. In climax, I shave all the hair off my body, including my eyebrows. I am waiting for the worms in a hotel room, the penthouse suite, which my manager booked for me. Outside is a fascist society. I am huge. The stoners adore me. I am their beloved anti-hero. The state tolerates my antics because I act in service to it. Music is the opium of the masses. I smash the full flower vase on top of the thick glass table with my heavy electric bass guitar. The spot erupts in shards. The strings that vibrate the instrument twang as they are jarred by the unloosed inner components. And the beach wave, broken glass. The ocean's pullback, the settling in the shards. The edges are as many million mirrors. I kneel upon the pile as a penitent hermit would in desert dust. The flesh of my knees is dug into and slashed. I bow, look low, into the reflective remnants. None of this mess was my property to rightfully destroy. The vase and table belonged to the MGM, while the bass was Warner Records. Those roses, however, were they mine? Given to me by my fans? No, we never met. The flowers were delivered with a note before I even arrived. The message was generic, lipstick kiss. I could not recognize the signature. They were beautiful, though, still are. Red petals soaking blood from my knees, wounds from glass or thorns. Come to think of it, the vase might have also come courtesy of 1-800-Flowers, not MGM. These knees are mine least of all. I haven't come by bending them volitionally. I've been brought on planes, in cars, in wheelchairs, up elevators, and placed in the penthouse as passively as the roses, except nowhere as carefully arranged. I am an insane neo-Nazi. Name's Pink. Leader of rock group The Fuhrer. I am currently touring my new double album, The Wall. Design, 3D graffitied screaming faces burst like bubbles out of the seething void on which civilization tenuously rests, like snow on an iceberg in the permanent spring of Arctic global warming. This is the final act of my tragic trilogy. Platinum records, over 10 million sold, bricks in the wall, broken glass. Tonight my show. The room is centrally located in a prominent city in the New World Order. It is now 1982. It is cloudy. I rise and go to the window, stand looking out. Buildings burning, police sirens flash, ghastly billboard ads. Otherwise, everything else, the street lamps and traffic lights are in shadow, seem obscured. Dusk. It is almost dark already. Must be 6 o'clock. 3 hours until I'm on. Suppose I should shower, apply makeup, pick glass out of my knees. Knock, knock. Coats come to escort me to the venue. They operate like mafioso, 100% professional. They do not want me, erratic artist that I am, to step out of line. For if I did, they would have to shoot me, and then later on explain why they did so to their bosses. I cannot be killed yet. Tonight is my scheduled public execution before the teenage audience of Hitler, Mao, and Putin youth. The fans want blood, but I have given so much already, I think. Slouched in a limousine, being driven through this hellish city. Death stalks with sister fear. Nobody in the streets, only cars, behind bulletproof windows, heads having dinner converse. I am a slave to the machine, Worm Incorporated, the world ruled by human beings entirely in their minds, burrows through the universe in loops around the sun as a worm would dirt. Time is the earth, the soil, the machine worm, civilization, its tubular intestines and visceral innards. Faceless children process and step through an industrial factory. Cattle queue for slaughter. The meat grinder welcomes them in warmly. Ground flesh and bone is spit out in bunches of pink reams, reminiscent of maggots. Next shot, larvae, pus and swarm. I am a helpless rock star, sitting in my $10,000 costume, eyebrows shaven, white raccoon face, staring out a tinted window in a long, speeding limousine. Every inch of this city is artificial. The highway has been cleared by police. I cannot go on tonight. I feel dead. I must. They will kill me. The kids need to believe in some sort of illusory message. I have been told by officials and explanations over my duty. My mental life is excruciating. I make large amounts of money writing and singing about existential crisis. The kids are into it. The machine chugs along. The worm excretes toxic gas like lubricant slime. Fans flock to my concert. 20th century soldiers, boys no older than 20. The friends of great-great-grandfathers are mowed down trying to scale the trenches. War everywhere. 100 years, enemy conflict and internal strife. It is 2012, an era inconceivable in 1982. The wall has only risen since. It is comparable to the Tower of Babel in scale. The essential difference is that climbing has been forbidden. Heaven is nil. The wall is for looking. Its purpose, intimidation. Night, around 9 o'clock, dark nocturnal energy comes on. One thing that hasn't changed since 1970. I take the stage in Pompeii. I am not a musician per se, more of a conjurer. Neptune has had enough of this fascist crap. He enlists Pink Floyd to conduct a ceremony to spark off an inferno. Neo-Nazis crowd the Roman amphitheater, raising their right arms toward the Führer. A volcano erupts. They drown in ash. Waters' slim silhouette hits the gong with primitive enthusiasm. Echoes resulted in the wall. A saucer full of secrets ripples. Overhead, the albatross hangs motionless across the waves.